Very good. Aisha will be unmuting and sharing, and she'll kick us off.
Okay, thanks everyone for joining today. DJ and I are relatively new to the Nexus family and really excited to. We literally just joined before the shutdown, and have been really excited to meet everyone through these sessions and get to know the Nexus family. We are going to cover SPIN and FAB for marketing. SPIN selling has been around for a while. It was created by Neil Rackham, and we have mutated it a little bit for marketing and made a few tweaks to it so that we believe that the better your marketing, the less selling that you actually have to do. And so what we try to encourage people to do is to really create their customer avatars and figure out what it is their message needs to be. And so that's actually why we started McCort and Cargile, because we realized that small businesses, nonprofits, new entrepreneurs had a hard time showing their value, understanding what their value was, and then conveying that message to their target audience. So my name is Aisha Cargile. I am by passion in trade, marketing educator, business strategist, and co-founder, managing partner of McCort and Cargile Marketing. And DJ?
I'm DJ McCort, and I've got educational and experience background in marketing. And I joined with Aisha about a little over 4 years ago now to form our marketing firm.
So why SPIN and FAB? The reason why we do SPIN and FAB, and this is one of the fundamentals that we work with clients, friends, anyone who is looking to really narrow down their audience and their message on, is because it helps you identify who your target audience is. It allows you to determine who it is that you need to be speaking to, so that the messages that you're sending out, the marketing that you're doing, is actually going to the right people. Because it doesn't matter how great your message is and how wonderful your product or service or a nonprofit is if you're talking to the wrong people. It also helps you gain clarity around what you're offering and why it's valuable to other people, and allows you to align your product offering and the message and your target audience and your messaging and unify everything.
So when we communicate our value, there's two aspects to this. SPIN talks about the target audience we're talking to: situation, problem, implications, needs, benefits. We'll explain each of these in some detail. And then on the other side, with the FAB side, features, advantages, and benefits, really describes what it is that you bring to the marketplace. So next slide. So we'll first start off on the side of who it is you're talking to, your target market. And we'll describe that with the 4 steps. What's the situation? What's the problem? What's the implications? The needs, benefits. Aisha.
Right, so we are going to start with SPIN, and the situation is essentially what your the scenario, the situation that your target audience is in, and for each of these we are going to provide an example, so to kind of help for reference. So it is the set of realities that your target audience, your specific audience is facing. So we actually have decided to use Nexus as our example because everyone can relate. And so for all of these, it relies specifically to Nexus. So the example here is one of their target audiences may be a business or nonprofit with a limited budget and without a physical local workspace. So what you'll notice here is that this is just a situation that is neither good nor bad.
That leads us into the problem, and the problem is then a specific issue, a specific lack that's going to have some kind of implications or consequences if that problem is not addressed. Sometimes we talk about a pain point that your target audience might have and might want to address. Now, it's possible that you're going to have audiences, more than one audience, and they have more than one problem, but it's recommended by Neil Rackham to do a SPIN statement for each specific problem. An example would be for target audience, perhaps for Nexus, would be organizations that don't have a local workplace that gives them these things that they need: conducive productivity, publishable address, professional environment, and access to technology. Aisha.
Which takes us into implications. So implication dives a little deeper into the problem. This is what happens if the problem is not addressed. So the natural consequences of not dealing with the situation, the problem that the target audience may be in. And so for Nexus, the example may be the inability to focus and complete work tasks. For many of us who have been kind of forced to work from home, and for those of us who have those distractions, whether it is family or the phone ringing or just looking around your house and realizing that there are other things that you need to address, which distracts you from getting your work done, being able to go into a professional environment, an environment specifically designed for you to focus is helpful and is beneficial. So a loss of another implication is loss of clients due to incongruent or unprofessional presentation. While there's there's nothing wrong with meeting clients at a Starbucks, if that is the only place that you have to meet them, sometimes it can lead to not such an incongruent image and a less than professional and polished image. And a place like Nexus provides you with a professional workplace where you can go in and meet in a quiet environment with clients. Not addressing the first two can lead to not being able to get your work done, a loss of clients, which of course leads to a loss of potential revenue.
And so the N refers to two concepts brought together, needs and benefits. So your target audience, within a situation, they've got a specific problem. And it's a problem because of the implications that flow from it. So the real question then is, what do they need? And in this example, the Nexus example, potential customers or clients of Nexus, they might need something that we'll give an illustration to in just a moment. But it's going to be a good or a service, that's something that you can provide to your target audience that's going to address that problem. And then the tie-in here is the benefits. The benefits are, what are they going to get out of addressing that need through you, or having you address that need for them? And then the result then would be to hopefully remove or mitigate those implications. For example, with Nexus, Nexus would have a client audience, a target audience, with the need for a place to do their work that's got the conducive productivity, gives them a publishable address, gives them to meet clients, and access to office technology. Aisha.
Example?
Oh yeah, and then the tie-in, thank you. The tie-in for benefits, we're going to see this on the other side of what you as an organization offer. But on the SPIN side, what the need that your potential clients have, if addressed, will give them some kind of benefits. And in this case, in our example, the benefits they would have would be basically they don't have to worry about space anymore, losing clients or losing the revenue.
So when we talk about that SPIN, and SPIN focuses on your target audience. FAB, however, focuses on you, on your organization, the product and or service that you provide. And this covers whether it's a for-profit or a non-for-profit. So it covers the full spectrum. Okay, and that is the features, advantages, and benefits. So your features, and this is where some people kind of get a little confused. The features are they're essentially the specs of your organization, your product, or your service. These are the facts of what you provide. So they're factual, they're observable properties. So for example, for Nexus specifically, Nexus has a central location. Now, central can be considered an opinion, but if you tie it into a central location for those in the northern Indianapolis area, then that is a fact. It's got on-site staff, it has meeting rooms, it has reliable office technology, and it's got 24/7 access. These are facts, and as a result, they are features.
That takes us into the advantages. And what we want to highlight in advantages is why someone should come to you to get their needs addressed. How are they going to be better off for getting the features that you offer? An example, in this case, for Nexus, is the advantages are numerous. And I won't list all of those, but these are the advantages that your potential clients could get if they get the service that you offer with its features. Aisha.
So DJ, I do want to make sure that we highlight the most important part of the most important
Yes.
of Nexus, which is of course the last one, the friendly, bright, great looking tenants. Just want to make sure we know that.
What can we say?
That already wins you a lot.
So the benefits for working at Nexus. So the benefits in general are your benefits here should in some way tie to the benefits for the SPIN for your customer avatar. If there is not a connection somewhere in there, then the process is broken, and you need to make sure then your message is not going to get to the right person. So the benefits of working with you. The benefits are the outcomes consumers can expect as a result of utilizing your product, your service, or interacting with your nonprofit. So example, the benefit for that many of us are experiencing working with Nexus is that we have the opportunity to get things done. Right, we have a great workspace. We have all the tools that we need. We have access to whatever it is that we need to have access to. We can present our organizations professionally. We get to interact and collaborate with a community of positive, impact-focused organizations. For an example, this event here is a benefit of working with Nexus. And then we get to expand the network. We get to expand our network of resources.
So very quick recap. On the side of describing our target market, we'll describe the situation they're in, a specific problem they have, the implications of that problem, and then the needs that they have, and the benefit of satisfying those needs. And then on the side of the service or products we offer, we can describe the first in factual features, which give advantages, and end it up in the less tangible but more profound benefits that flow from those features. Aisha.
So that is why we're doing, this is why we're doing SPIN FAB, because it is one of the fundamentals of being able to talk about your organization and ensuring that you're talking to the right people. So we covered a lot of information really quickly. And so what we have done is we've ensured that that you guys have resources available to you. So we have a SPIN marketing page on our website, and the link I believe is going to be in the comments and also provided, but it's McCortandCargile.com/SPIN marketing. So I want to make sure that you guys have the SPIN marketing on the end, because that is not a link that is reachable through just going to McCort and Cargile marketing, McCortandCargile.com. On here, you will have a download to a worksheet that will take you through SPIN and FAB. It has the questions you need to answer in order to be able to complete your SPIN and FAB. It also has 2 examples for you to reference. And I believe we've also uploaded this particular presentation if you need to refer back to it. And this is our contact information. If you feel free to reach out to us if you have questions or if you're struggling with it. And does anyone have any questions?
Thank you for making that available, Aisha. I would say that when we met, and then I met DJ, one thing that I appreciated about you guys that helped me assure me that you guys were a great fit for Nexus is while yes, it's a company and you need to have clients and make money, you also want to equip people to do what they can do on their own. So you said you would sit down with someone in a budget and say, okay, here's a plan. Maybe I can coach you on how you can do this part and not have to pay me. And then I can do that part. So, and then you also do some things with youth and students as well. Is that right?
Yeah, exactly. So one of the programs that we have is we invite high school students, preferably juniors and seniors, and college students who are looking to gain a little experience, whether it's in marketing or running a business or just talking to clients in general. We allow them to kind of come in and work with us and learn some new skills.
Because we really believe with McCort and Cargile that give a person a fish, feed them for a day. Teach a person marketing, feed them for a lifetime.
Yeah, and that was something that I noticed on the material. I believe it's there on your website, that you encourage and try to find things that you can teach them to do themselves instead of relying on you all to just, you know, keep providing that service, which I really appreciate. This is a very honest, very genuine approach of doing that. Why have you guys made that decision? You mentioned teaching them to fish, but what's the thought process behind giving some of your own skill sets to them to use themselves?
So DJ and I, we're both educators at heart. We like teaching people stuff, new stuff. And that moment when that clicks and people go, oh, it's like the most beautiful thing in the world to us. In fact, we met in an educational environment. And as people who have worked with nonprofits, we volunteered, we've started them, and new businesses, we know that in the beginning, money is rough. You know, it's hard to come by, and you have to be very strategic where you spend it. And so we don't, the entire point of creating MCMR, McCort and Cargile, was to provide a resource, and it needs to be sustainable. So we do have to charge something, but our goal is to make sure that you have the information and the knowledge that you need to continue. And so if you choose to have us do something, it's a choice, and not because you have to, because you don't know how.
Nice. I like the way you guys bounce back and forth. That was slick. Very, very nice. I like it.
Thank you.
Spin's good stuff, and that's cool how you combine those two together. Thank you for sharing. That was really neat.
Thank you.